Well, here we are for another van tour. Van tour 2.0. I was watching the video from 10 months ago now, and not gonna lie, the beginning was, I don't know why I want to say it's a little cringe for me. I guess it was just, man, I was such an amateur back then. Not that I'm any more far from an amateur now, but I don't know, maybe, I don't know if I still sound like that. I sound like it's like talking like a little boy, but I could definitely tell I was camera shy, and I don't know, it was fun. I actually haven't watched that in a long time, and it's crazy to think, you know, the last 10 months, how much things have happened, and the places the van's gone, and the videos, and all this other stuff. So anyway, I'll give you a quick little show of where we're at. We're just right outside of Prump. We've actually done a video here before. I think it was called Van Life in the Desert. And I made this fire pit out of all this junk and rocks, and it's still pretty much the same. I even still got some of the same wood piled up. So we are going to take you through a tour in the van. Here we go. So this is Vandal. He's a 2021 Ram Promaster 2500, and besides the bearings going out, which I've give myself the blame for that, for driving down these roads that this van is not made for. It's been a good vehicle so far. Got almost 50,000 miles on it. And there's Jade. She's the captain of Vandal. There is a story behind the stickers. If you want to know about that, check out my first 2 videos down below. I won't go in detail there, but let's go on here. Not too much has changed, sorry Jade, since the first time around. Got mantlers, but just a standard front seat. Just store the water and a bunch of junk there. Hang up jackets there. So it's funny what the van has developed into the last 10 months. It's almost like a food truck in a sense of, or in a small way, because I guess it's pretty much dedicated to mass producing food. I'll give you a few examples why here. Got this nice beautiful counter space for cooking, or I got the printer too. It's also a little mini print shop, print stickers. These are pretty much the only lights in the van. It's one thing I didn't do too much of, is the lighting, which I'm okay with. It honestly hasn't been a problem for me. You know, got all your utensils and stuff. I love these magnet strips. Believe it or not, it's very rare that those fall off. So some art, you know, from different people. This is a memorial box that I made. This is a bunch of stuff that Bobby collected while we were traveling. Pretty sweet. Down here's just some storage. Made this shelf here. Just books. Those are Bobby's markers. Laptop drone. Bunch of tools. Some other stuff. Got the seasonings there. Seasonings there. I found that sign, and then this is a piece from my mom's backyard. And just go ahead, and you got a nice little lock there. This section here is where I keep my cutting boards, pots and pans, stuff that usually gets pretty clunky. And then over here, this is like your chemicals and wipes, paper products, stuff like that. And then this is pretty much a junk drawer of all sorts of stuff. Those are my chairs, nice sturdy metal chairs. Those are my mom's art chairs. And some nice curtains. You can take, I showed in the verse video, you can take that clip off and stretch it over here and hook it up there and have a cover there. And this is just more storage container, bags. This is like stuff for feed those in need, the bags and the foil and the pans, dog treats, Ziploc bags. It's just a nice little cubby. And moving on along, we have, I guess, you know, I call this the pantry. This was an old piece of furniture at my mom's house that we ended up using. Don't mind the mess and clutter in here, but just an assortment of kitchen stuff, all sorts of spices and, you know, anything you'd find in the pantry, seasonings and noodles and everything. That's pretty sweet. Got this junk drawer there. My plates are down in here. Another cabinet with more bowls and kitchen stuff. And then same down here, just more kitchen stuff. It's pretty much a big pantry for a van. And then shoes and the old camper stove. And up top here, this is my laser printer. I print stickers with the poncho. We got Bobby and my mom up here watching over everything. This was a box at my mom's house. I just have like vitamins and bathroom stuff in there. So underneath here, I have 2 Blue Eddies. I believe that's 2500 watts, and this is the 2000 watt. It's been almost 2 years for that one, and I haven't had a problem with it, except for one of these, this one down here, this connection doesn't work anymore. It might just be dirty, but that's like my main one, and then this is like my backup in case I need that one to charge up. Just a random stuff box. Those are all my cords. This is just a bucket with like dog bowls, dog food, propane, little propane tank, the green ones. My toilet, which is pretty much a Home Depot bucket with a bag and some pet bedding, some, you know, shredded wood or whatever, and just a couple times in there, then I just throw it away just like a big diaper. And then on the second row, we got I got about 3 backpacks, suitcase, which is like, it's like a seasonal thing because I got like all my summer stuff and extra things in there. And then typically on my bed, like this corner is where all my clothes get stacked. They're organized. They might not look like it, but they are. And then pretty much this is another box. You got the Cricut in there, which cuts the stickers, and then all sorts of random stuff that I always forget that I have. The old trusty barbecue grill that many of you have seen me use. And we got the old kayak there. It's not a Nerf gun, it's a bug assault fly gun. So one thing that was different from the last video was I used to sleep on this bottom part, but since then I've moved up top. This is just a traveling junk drawer that I move when I go to bed. So some people that have seen my bed, they're like, "Oh, how do you sleep up there?" there's like no headroom. The length is just right. If I lay at an angle, it's just perfect. But I don't know about you guys, but when I sleep, I'm usually laying down. I don't sleep standing up or sitting up, so I don't need a ton of headspace if I'm just sleeping up here. And if I want, you know, I could put a pillow behind me and I have room to sit up a little bit, so I think it's just fine. Maybe it's not the best bed to make whoopee on, but you just gotta get creative, right? When I get down, just put my foot on the fridge and voila. As I was coming down, I forgot to show, this is where I keep my table. It slides in there perfect. I got the sandals in there too. So this is another upgrade as well. This is a, I think it's pronounced winter. It's probably almost twice the size as the last one I had, but that's the refrigerator side. It works perfect for feeding those in need and just in the freezer there. Being able to stock up. And I've been happy with it. It's nice and sturdy, and this usually becomes a shelf of some sort. It's a good stepping stool too. So this is still used as my office space. It's I usually have the laptop on my lap maybe, and just use this as the mouse pad, or sometimes I have it up there. Sometimes I get a little cranked if I'm turned, but I don't mind it on my lap. And it's just a nice place to eat dinner too. And this was actually the bar counter at my grandparents' place, and just stickers there. This guy, which fell off a little while ago, I gotta glue it back on. That was a gift for my mom. But yeah, this is pretty much the work area. This is a nice little, like I said, a little shelf there too. Got a calendar that I don't use anymore, which I should. My sticker slappers, the knife, some art that my mom did, picture of my mom when she was like in a computer graphic class when we were little kids. Something that my brother found. Starfish, and yeah, it's just pretty much a nice little wall. It'd be nice to fill in this stuff with some art of some sort. And then up here is my hangboard, which is for climbing. You pretty much just have these different grooves and you do like pull-ups and stuff. And then just got the headlamps, the rock bag. Alright, so down here in this little corner, I have this 9-gallon propane tank, 40 pounds. So I have an adapter, and you can actually fill 40 of those green tanks with this, and it only costs about $25 to fill that up. So you do the math. I'm just joking. Water jug. So I think I have 23 gallons of water is what I usually have with me. That lasts me like 2 weeks. Paper towels, the broom, trash can, trucker jug, and Jade's bowl. It's a little cluttered over there, but it's organized. The van came with this black floor. I pretty much just use cheap rugs that I can wash and sweep and replace. But like underneath here though, I did use some of those little cheap 2x2 squares, but haven't had any problems with the floor. These industrial rugs work out pretty good and clean up pretty good. All right, we'll go around the back here. You probably noticed the inside of the van is pretty dirty in some spots, and I'm just a rough living kind of guy sometimes, and I was cleaning it and I got to a point where I was like, okay, this is just too much. I'm not gonna fake that I'm some super clean person. I'm organized, but I'm not super clean in the sense of like, I don't know. There's just parts of the van that are gonna be dirty no matter what, so I don't even mess with it. let me show you what's going on in the back here. So from the top, that's the bed, fishing pole. This was a drawer, my mom's desk. There's a bunch of stuff in there, and this pole, it's like a two-handed drawer. But yeah, that was my mom's desk. And stocked up on firewood, tow ball. I did get this out of my storage unit, so I do have a little small heat source now. This is the air compressor for the tires. Skateboard, which I don't really use, but I just have it just in case. That's all my stickers and shipping supplies. Backpacks, chains, kayak, tent, and then got some, why can't I talk today? Some traction boards in case you get stuck in the mud or something, in the dirt. This is a 3-foot black stone griddle that pulls out with legs. I've used it in some of my other videos, so you should go check those out and see how that operates. It comes in perfect for feeding those in need. And in here is just random stuff, you know, bucket, tarp, my shower, which I'll show you in a second. Change the like oil changing stuff, and then back there is just like chains, jack, stuff for the van that I don't usually use. I made these 2 little shelves, which I had on the first video. They're definitely a life changer. This is a fillet board for fish. This is a mat for if I'm like chilling somewhere for a while and the ground is rocky like this, have that out there for jade. Metal detector, which is collecting dust. A lot of people ask me about it, or I should get one, and I have one. This is Bobby's. I just need to start using it or figure out how to use it. I think it needs to be tuned. This is like a privacy tent. And then we got the ladder, which is super handy, and then the hatchet, the shovel, a moonshade, which I give it like a 2 out of 10. I want to say I wouldn't recommend it. It's not worth, I think I paid like $3.50 for it. I honestly would not buy one. Just spend the extra money or the same amount of money and just get a regular awning. Like, it's a cool idea. The concept is kind of cool, you can take it down and off, take it up and down or whatever. But it's pretty gimmicky and cheap, and there's like a handful of things that I would do different to it. So, oh yeah, let me show you the shower. Shower out. It's actually a solar shower. I have a solar oven that I rarely use. I need to start using it, but this is a Go Sun solar shower. So if you got sun, you could just run it off the sun. But it's also got a little power bank too. It seems like a mumble jumbled mess, but it comes together good. So we got one end here, which is the spout. It's got a little button there. There's a clamp that goes to it that fell off, and I don't think I put it back in there. I think I saw it somewhere and I said, oh, this is just a stupid thing, and I buried it. So anyway, you can tell I haven't used this in a while. I hate to break it to you guys, but I usually just do a sponge bath, especially when it's cold. But this is the other end. You pretty much just put this in your water source, and then you can buy a hot water like attachment where it'll make the water hot. It's just like an extra $80 or something like that. But I just went with the standard one, and I've used it a handful of times. I like it. It pumps good. The pressure is really good, and then having the solar option is always a plus. It's also a good little you know, it came with this bucket, so you could always do your dishes in there too. Obviously this is super dirty, but it's multifunctional. It's just not fun to put away. All right, I think next up, we're kind of winding down here. I'll take you up on the roof and give you a closer look at the solar panels. I was a little embarrassed to show them at the first video because we installed them the absolute wrong way. You would not want to do it, so this is a disclaimer. Do not take advice from me for putting solar panels on your roof. All right, let me show you this mess. So there's 4 100-watt panels up here, which need cleaning. But pretty much we got this aluminum square tubing and just drilled it right into the roof. And yeah, we got a lot of leaks. And you can tell that there's lots of coats of Flex Seal on here. Yeah, not the way to do it. Just get the racks that the panels are made for. It's the same up front, but luckily it's been a couple months since I've had a leak. I guess like 2 months, but it was that was coming from the fan. But I'll show you what this looks like going in to the roof, or I guess it should be coming out from the ceiling. While I'm out here, these are not stock tires. They're a little bit upgraded. They're like real thick, you know, they're not like mud tires, but they're like an all-terrain tire, and I really enjoyed those. I was supposed to get an off-road tire, but they ordered the wrong ones, and these ones ended up working out just fine because, you know, as much as I drive on dirt roads, I'd say I drive on freeways and paved roads more often, so they're a lot more quiet and easier on the gas. Look at this doggy. Where's he sleeping? Where's he tired? Oh. That's a good doggy. So when we're sleeping at night or in the van, it's cold, her bed will be right there, and she gets front row space. She's tired. This is a climbing crash pad that is actually the perfect step. It's nice and soft, and it's just such a game changer walking in here. So pretty much that's where the solar comes down, and then those are the fans, and it just runs all the way down, and then comes across here, and then all goes into there, and I could take the switch and switch it in this guy. So, you know, it was a mess putting it together, but it's coming together, and knock on wood, I don't really have a problem with power. Well, I feel like I felt like I did last time. I felt like I kind of rushed through it, but after watching the first tour, you know, I explained things, so I didn't want to repeat myself too much. Just kind of wanted to show some of the updates, and maybe if there's new people coming in, they can get an idea of what I'm working out of and check out the first video. And I don't know, I've been really happy with the build. I know I don't have all the nice amenities, but I have room. You know, I like the space that I have. It works for me, which that's usually how everybody's van is. It's a reflection of what's comfortable for them. So this works for me, and there's not too much I would change. There's, you know, the inside of the door, I wish there was something I could do there. I feel like that's like space that I could do something with. Maybe one day I have a window on the other side, but I don't know. I'm happy with it. Before you know it, it's gonna be 2 years now, and time has just flew by. And yeah, Christmas is here in a couple days, so like I said in the first video too, Vantor, just always know that you're loved out there if you're down in the dumps and you've lost everything and you feel like it's the end of the world. Just keep your head up, and you know, it's easier said than done, but you'll be proud of yourself if you stay strong and, you know, don't let anything bring you down. So you're your own worst enemy, so be your best friend, not your enemy. So anyway, thank you donators and Patreons and everybody. It's gonna be a little bit slow. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm like debating if I want to just, like, these last 2 weeks of the year, take it slow, because I usually do the 2 videos a week. But I've been helping my uncle out a lot the last couple of days, and it's been a humbling year. But anyway, enough of my rant. We'll rant later, and I appreciate you guys for watching. We love you, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Adios.